The Last of Us Part 1 is the best Last of Us experience you can possibly play. It takes everything that was good about Part 2 and meshes it seamlessly with the pitch-perfect storytelling of this gaming classic. Truly, what Naughty Dog has done is take a game that is nearly 10 years old and make it fit so perfectly in the 2022 landscape of what players expect that you can play The Last of Us Part 1 and then go right into Part 2 and think of it as just one big experience. The Last of Us Part 1 is a remake of the original, not a remaster or a touch-up. Everything looks modern and vibrant, with some of the landscapes being the best single set pieces you can currently experience in a video game. More than that, Part 1 updates the combat from a more rigid, clunky 2013 over-the-shoulder shooter to match the more fluid and dangerous lethality that we found in Part 2. Now, you're not quite as kinetic or agile as the older Ellie in Part 2, but you are more strong and sturdy and able to take more of a beating as the grizzled veteran Joel. Having not played The Last of Us since its release in 2013, this game is a bit of a revelation. It feels exactly the same as the best parts of 2, and that is no small feat. The one caveat here has to be the collectibles. That still feels very 2013, with very little modernization that makes this, what I would consider, even though an essential part of the game, feel like a real chore. I didn't particularly enjoy The Last of Us Part 2, not for a stupid, bigoted reason, but mostly due to a thematic focus on telling a story about hate, but not being able to parse the dissonance of interacting in a video game. It felt many times like the emotional resonances that we were supposed to feel were unearned and hampered by this illusion of choice. Part 1, as you probably already know, does not suffer from those inadequacies. It's a simple story about loss, redemption, and what we're willing to do for those that we love. It is also charitably only 13 hours max to complete literally everything in the game, which really is the most games should require from you. Once the credits have rolled and you experience the glory that is this game, you could go right into Part 2, or you can check out the myriad of endgame features to enjoy. This ranges from different skins for Ellie and Joel that you can wear at any moment in the game, or the absolutely outrageous filter system. These filters are vast and weird, allowing you to replay sections of the game in ways I didn't think possible. Adding to that, there are a series of full-out cheats, which I do so miss in modern video games, including my new favorite feature that I think all games should include, a slow motion cheat.
In the street. All right. I think that's the last of them. You okay?
Yeah, I guess so.
The one gripe I have about this new innovation is that it's not available until after you beat the full game, which I do think is a bit of a missed opportunity. I would have liked to really jump into this in some moments in the game where there are some lulls. And of course, there is included in this package the Left Behind DLC, which is still great and has the same advances from the base game. The one thing that this is missing is the factions multiplayer. As some of you may know, it's a real hidden gem, one of the best and most coherent multiplayer experiences I've ever played, a real cult classic. Unfortunately, that has not been included. I think it had to do with the advancements that would have been needed to get it to this level, but there is going to be a standalone Last of Us Factions game that I think will address what that multiplayer feature offered. All in all, with the way the 2022 gaming landscape is panning out, even if you have a passing interest in The Last of Us, you have to play this game and experience the pinnacle of what this sort of storytelling really has to offer.